Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. Hope everyone had good Thanksgiving. But back here on the podcast, fresh off of Rampage, here with the review for November 26th, 2021. Solid episode of Rampage, and with more news, they're actually building up Dynamite to be a very good episode Dynamite come Wednesday. I'll get more into that news broken tonight on Rampage, but as usual, uh, thank you for joining me. If you're new to the podcast and if you want to see more videos on the channel, click that subscribe. More of these pro wrestling reviews or AEW reviews, rather. Find those on the channel. But, with Rampage, this was a good show, but after Thanksgiving on Chicago or in Chicago, still a good feel. I bet people were drawn from post Thanksgiving feast and here for a good 1 hour of Rampage. But most of the stuff I liked on Rampage, I did not like one outcome, and I think many people will agree, but it's understandable. And I think we all know which one that is, but let's start from top for Rampage. So, Adam Cole and Bobby Fish versus the best friends, Wheeler Yuta and Orange Cassidy. This was interesting because Orange Cassidy, I mentioned the other day on my Dynamite review when they announced the match. Well, Orange Cassidy and Adam Cole, that's a very interesting attraction for a match, a one-on-one match in the future. What we got in this match was quite funny but still in Orange Cassidy manner. Still worked to be an entertaining match. So, to start off, we had a standoff between Cole and Cassidy. Adam Cole did his stick with the Adam Cole Baby chant, and Orange Cassidy went for his usual hands in the pockets, but was denied by Adam Cole. And he tried many times during the match, but was denied. So, after working on Yuta for most of the match, he went for a tag to Orange Cassidy, but Cassidy was yanked off the apron by Cole, preventing the tag. Yuta eventually got out of it, hit a diving missile dropkick on both Fish and Cole, freeing them up for the hot tag to Orange Cassidy. Cassidy did a kind of ping pong in a way, hit the dropkick off of Cole into a tilt-a-whirl DT on Fish. Then good spot at when Cassidy hit a suicida on the outside where Yuta hit a crossbody off the top rope. Good stuff there. Back in the ring, Yuta hit a top rope splash on Cole for a near fall. Then a stunner by Cassidy followed with a German suplex by Yuta. Then a jackknife cover by Cassidy. Good combination of moves there for a 2 count. Bobby Fish barely got the save. Bobby Fish, he was raining down offense. At the end of this, he had Exploder on Cassidy, which threw him into Yuta. All were down. Cassidy hit a beach break on Cole, took him out for a bit. And another Suicida. Yuta was in the ring alone with Fish. Went for his Olympic slam for a 2 count. Then hit I would say kind of hard to say, like a brainbuster almost type of move for a 2 count. Then Orange Cassidy at the end was fired up, went for a orange punch on Fish, but was yanked out by Cole, sent to his steps. Cole took Cassidy out for the rest of the match, left Fish and Yuta in the ring. Fish and Yuta were on the top rope. Bobby Fish hit a beautiful Falcon Arrow off the top rope on Yuta for the win. And Bobby Fish and Adam Cole get the win here over Orange Cassidy and Will Yuta. Good stuff here. Yeah, not much he said, but good match. And hopefully, whether it's Adam Cole, I can totally see Adam Cole versus Orange Cassidy and Bobby Fish versus Orange Cassidy in the future. Those three could have some very fun matches. So then we got a backstage interview of Tony Nese, premier athlete Tony Nese, who of course many remember was in WWE, part of the Cruiserweight 205 Live, former Cruiserweight champion. Of course, he's made many appearances on Dynamite in the crowd, and I think he's made a couple matches on Dark, if I'm not mistaken. But here he was in this interview, and he called out Sammy Guevara for the open challenge for TNT Championship. Took that challenge and talked about Ethan Page, Bobby Fish. Talked about how they did not bring what Tony Nese could do. So obviously Sammy Guevara took offense to it. Came up in the frame, got up in Tony Nese's face. They shook hands. Guevara accepted. Nese took a cheap shot and stood over him. So next week on Rampage, for TNT Championship, Sammy Guevara versus Tony Nese. Should be an interesting one. FTR. They talked about how there's no one like them, and they're 1-1 with the Lucha Brothers. Talking about how the Lucha Brothers' victory over them is tainted because they pinned the wrong guy. So they lay out the challenge for next week on Rampage. 2 out of 3 falls. FTR for Lucha Brothers. Should be fun. So then, Riho. Miss Riho, she's back on Rampage. She faced Miss DMD, Dr. Britt Baker, in a non-title match, Black Friday edition, or Black Friday deal match. If Riho won, she would get a future AEW Women's Championship title shot. So, solid match between the two. You know, Britt, every time we see her, she gets better and better. Riho, after for a while she was on Dynamite due to reasons, and then obviously she had that bad reaction to the vaccine. Now she's back. She took some time off from Dynamite. She has stayed busy on Dark and Elevation, but here, good to see her back. Was an airy crash by Britt for a near fall. Riho fired up with a Northern Lights, and then diving foot stomp for a 2 count. They were changing the middle ring, and it looked like Britt was going for a suplex, but Riho counter rolled her up for the win. The surprise victory. Riho gets the win over Britt Baker, and she gets a future women's title shot. Now again, I'm not a fan of champions losing like this on television. Now, I know it was a surprise victory, but at the end of the day, it was clean and, no interference or whichever. So, but when you look at the landscape of the women's division, they're still doing the TBS South tournament. Britt Baker has gone through Ruby Soho, who's in the tournament. Chris Statlander, who's in the tournament. Ty Conti, she be a full gear. She Nyla Rose, who's also in the tournament. She's gone through many Abaddon, gone through many in the women's division. And Battle of the Belts is coming up on January 8th, Saturday night. And there's no clear-cut contender for Britt Baker. So while I don't like it, and while, on WWE there's too many matches where champions lose on TV, once in a while they do this for AEW, so I can be okay with it, plus knowing that, they don't really have a clear-cut contender for Britt for Battle of the Belt, so I guess it can serve its purpose. Besides, we know Riho's not going to win the title. We know that it's just going to be a placeholder for Britt then the win, and for her to defend against Thunder Rosa down the line. So there we go. So then, line up for next week's Dynamite, which I said was going to be built up. Looks to be. So we got Gun Club versus Billy Gunn and Hassan Colton versus Sting and Darby Allin. So I kind of thought that they would do it for Winter's Coming, but looks like they're doing it next week. So then, also, last quarterfinals match in the TBS Style Tournament. Chris Statlander versus Ruby Soho. Should be a fun one. Bryan Danielson continues his raid through the Dark Order against number 5 versus Allen Angels. And then, based on what happened after the 8-man match on Dynamite, Andrade El Idolo face off against Cody Rhodes in a street fight on Wednesday. So that's all for Dynamite on Wednesday. Should be interesting. And then also the lineup for next Friday on Rampage, plus Sammy Guevara versus Tony Nese for the TNT Championship. And then Lucha Brothers versus FTR. That's also official. 2 out of 3 falls. Good stuff there. The main event. Kingston versus Daniel Garcia. Fun match. Kingston, everyone loves. He just doesn't care. He just goes on about his business. Daniel Garcia, he's one of the young bloods of WWE, or excuse me, AEW. Get rid of this ad, thank you. But Garcia, he's one of the young bloods of AEW. Paired up with 2.0, who are charismatic. They add to him. And Daniel Garcia, we know he can go in the ring. This made for a good match. So, Garcia, he was kind of playing the head game with Kingston's start. He was dodging in and out of the ring, getting advice seemingly from 2.0. And then back in the ring, they were landing strikes on each other. Garcia went for a forearm, but was met with a slap by Kingston. They were on the outside, and Kingston, he threw Matt Lee into the ring apron, dropped Jeff Parker on the outside. Kingston, he went for a knee to the back of the head off the top rope, but it looked like he came down on his knee funny, so that was affecting him for the rest of the match. Garcia, he was targeting the knee of Kingston with a knee bar and a heel hook, trying to extend the leg. Again, submission-based grappling of Garcia. He landed some stomps to the face, which fired up Kingston. Kingston then followed up with a exploder suplex, which gave him room to breathe. Garcia then rolled in for a heel hook or toe hold, whichever you want to say. Kingston got to the ropes. Kingston got separation again. Went for a powerbomb. A very so-so powerbomb. Again favoring the knee. Leg lock by Garcia. Again targeting the knee. A Kingston followed up a exploder half and half release suplex. Then in the middle of the ring, they were just slapping each other. Slap fest going on. And then a big lariat by Garcia. You can tell these guys are kind of out of it, exhausted. Kingston then hit a Sayo suplex and then went for his backhand, but Garcia ducked and then went for another one, connected. Kingston followed on top of Garcia. 1, 2, 3. Eddie Kingston gets his victory over Daniel Garcia. After match 2.0 came in for the beatdown on Eddie Kingston. And then afterwards, Chris Jericho, who was on commentary, who had a bit of words with 2.0 and Garcia on Wednesday, came from the commentary table and came down to save Eddie Kingston. And he cleaned house and 2.0 hightailed it. And that was how the show went off the air. So, excuse me, we may get a match. Excuse me. Between A. Kingston and Chris Jericho first 2.0. Not pairing to say the least between Jericho and Kingston, but I would be okay with it. And then maybe for winter's coming, I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, good show, good Rampage edition, good lineup for next week. But yeah, other than the Britt Baker so-so ending with Riho, very good episode of Rampage. So yeah, good stuff there. But yeah, that's the episode for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy it. I did as well. Again, if you did like this video, click that like, as well as if you want to see more of these pro wrestling reviews. Also, if you didn't hear my Dynamite review on Thursday, I posted that. So you can go check that out. I posted that the other day. And then, of course, Rampage here. And then next week, again, Dynamite Thursday, Rampage Saturday. Find it all on the channel. But thank you. I'll be back next week. Hope you guys enjoy it. Happy holidays. Be safe. Peace.